Hello everyone, my name is Elisa, your English teacher. And in this lesson, we will explore one of the most important topics in English grammar, all the present tenses. Overall, there are 12 English tenses in English language. There are 4 present tenses: present simple, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. Also, there are 4 past tenses: past simple, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. And there are 4 future tenses: future simple, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous. As I just said, overall, there are 12 tenses in English. But in this lesson, we will focus on the 4 present tenses: present simple, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. We will cover when and why to use each present tense, common time markers that help you identify the right tense, examples to show you how these tenses work in real-life situations. So if you're ready, let's get started. Let's begin with present tenses. And the first tense is present simple. We use present simple when we talk about facts, habits, and routines. For example, facts are things that are always true, like water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Or habits. Habits refer to actions we do regularly, such as I brush my teeth every morning. Routines. Routines are repeated activities like he goes jogging every Saturday. So these are routines. One more time, we use present simple when we talk about facts, habits, and routines. The structure of present simple. We need to have a subject plus base verb. A base verb is a verb without to. Also, we should add s or es for third person singular. The third person singular is he, she, it. So if we have the subject he, she, or it, we should add s or es to the base verb. For example, I brush my teeth every morning. I is a subject, brush is a base verb. So it's a verb without to. So we don't do anything. We just have a subject and a base verb. I brush my teeth every morning. He goes jogging every Saturday. He is a subject and it's the third person singular. The third person singular is he, she, it. Go is our verb, right? But we know that if we have the third person singular in our sentence, we should add s or es to the verb. So we add es to the verb go because it ends in letter O. So we have go, goes. He goes jogging every Saturday. He goes jogging every Saturday. Let's take a look at this timeline. We have past, then we have present in the middle, and future. So a single dot, red dot here, represents repeated actions, habits, or general truth. One more time. A single red dot represents present simple. So it represents repeated actions or facts that are always true. These actions are not tied to any specific moment in the past, present, or future. They're timeless. Okay? So they're timeless. They're just repeated actions, habits, or general truth. For example, I eat breakfast at 7 a.m. every day. I do it every day. It's a repeated action. She works as a teacher. It's a fact. She works as a teacher. Now, let's take a look at the key time markers for present simple. Every day. If you see every day in your sentence, it means that you should use present simple. She walks to school every day. Always. He always eats breakfast at 7 a.m. Usually. They usually go to the gym in the morning. Often. I often read books before bed. Sometimes. She sometimes takes the bus to work. So these are the key time markers for present simple. If you see these words in your sentences, it means that you should use present simple tense. Every day, always, usually, often, and sometimes. The second tense is present continuous. It's also called present progressive. It's used to describe actions or situations that are happening at the moment of speaking or around the current time. It also applies to temporary actions or future planned events. So one more time, present continuous describes actions happening now at the moment of speaking. For example, she is cooking dinner right now. The action cooking is in progress at the time of speaking. Present continuous also describes temporary actions or situations. For example, he is living in New York for a few months. The action living in New York is temporary and will change in the future. He is living in New York for a few months. Also, present continuous describes actions happening around the present time. For example, I'm reading a great book these days. The action, reading, is ongoing, though it is not happening at this precise moment. Present continuous also describes future arrangements or planned events. For example, we are meeting our friends at 6 p.m. tomorrow. The meeting is planned for the future, but the present continuous gives it a sense of certainty. So we are meeting our friends at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Let's take a look at the structure of present continuous. First, we have a subject plus the form of the verb to be, am, is, are in present tense, plus verb with ing. So we know that I we use with am. He, she, it we use with is. You, we, they are used with are. So the structure looks like this. Subject plus am or is or are plus verb with ending ing. For example, she is cooking dinner right now. She is a subject. Is cooking is plus verb with ing because she is. She is cooking. She is cooking dinner right now. Or, we are meeting our friends at 6 p.m. tomorrow. We is a subject. Our meeting is are plus verb with ing. We are meeting our friends at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Now, let's take a look at the timeline that shows the present continuous tense. So we have the past, then we have an ongoing action in the middle, and we have the future. So the ongoing action in the middle is the present continuous tense. It means that it's happening right now or temporarily. The action is ongoing during the present moment and may continue temporarily, represented by a section of dots in brackets. So this is the ongoing action. For example, he is watching TV right now. So it is happening right now. They're staying at a hotel this week. So it is happening at the present moment, this week. They're staying at the hotel this week. Now, key time markers for present continuous. Now, she's talking on the phone now. At the moment, we are watching TV at the moment. These days, he is working extra hours these days. Tonight or tomorrow for future plans. I am flying to Paris tomorrow. Now, present perfect tense. We use present perfect to link the past to the present. It describes actions or events that have relevance to the present moment without focusing on when the action occurred. So, present perfect describes actions completed at an unspecified time in the past. The present perfect is used to describe actions that happened at some point in the past, but the exact time is not mentioned or important. The focus is on the result or relevance to the present. For example, I have visited Paris. The exact time of visiting Paris is not specified, but the experience is relevant now. Present perfect also describes actions that started in the past and continue up to now. This use highlights actions or states that began in the past and are still ongoing at the time of speaking. For example, they have been married since 2010. The state of being married started in 2010 and is still true now. They have been married since 2010. The structure of present perfect. So we use subject plus have or has plus past participle. We use have with I, you, we, they, and we use has with he, she, it. Now you may ask me, what is a past participle? Past participle is the third form of irregular verbs. For example, write, wrote, written. Written is a past participle. For regular verbs, add ed to the base verb. Walk, walked. So walked is a past participle. I have visited Paris 3 times. I is a subject, then have visited. We have have plus verb with ending ed. I have visited. She has read a book this week. She is a subject, has read, has plus a third form of irregular verb. Has plus a third form of irregular verb. We use has because our subject is she, so she has read a book this week. Has read. Has plus a third form of irregular verb. To read is an irregular verb. That's why we should use the third form of it to form present perfect. She has read a book this week. Now let's take a look at this timeline. So we have past, present, and future. Present perfect describes actions that may have occurred at any point in the past but affect the present. So these are unspecified actions affecting now. They are represented by a series of dots in the past leading up to the present. So present perfect is represented by a series of red dots in the past leading up to the present. For example, I have visited Paris 3 times. This action may have occurred at any point in the past, but affect the present. She has worked here since 2010. Now, key time markers for present perfect. 4. I have worked here for 10 years. Since. He has lived here since 2015. Already. She has already finished her project. Ever. Have you ever been to Japan? Never. I have never seen snow. So these are the key time markers for present perfect. Before we continue, I would like to let you know that you can download the presentation I'm currently using in this video for a small fee. It will help you master the 12 English tenses even more effectively. You can download it using the link in the description below or in the first comment to this video. Now, present perfect continuous is used to emphasize actions or events that began in the past and are still happening in the present or recently stopped but have a clear connection to the present moment. It highlights the duration or ongoing nature of the action. It often emphasizes the duration of the action using time expressions like for or since. So, present perfect continuous describes actions that started in the past and are still continuing. For example, I have been working here for 5 years. The action of working started 5 years ago and is still continuing now. I have been working here for 5 years. Or present perfect continuous describes recently completed actions with present relevance. For example, I have been studying for hours and now I need a break. The action of studying has just ended and the speaker feels the impact, needing a break. So the structure of present perfect continuous. We have subject plus have or has plus been plus verb with ing. I have been working here for 5 years. I is a subject, have been working. Have plus been plus verb with ing. Work, working. I have been working here for 5 years. Now let's take a look at the timeline for present perfect continuous. So we have past, present, and future. The action began in the past and has continued up until the present, potentially still ongoing. Represented by a line of red dots connecting the past to the present. It's an ongoing action starting in the past and continuing now. For example, I have been reading this book for 2 hours. So I have been reading this book for 2 hours. So the ongoing action started somewhere in the past, right? And still continuing now. I'm still reading this book, but I have been reading this book for 2 hours. They have been playing football all afternoon. They have been playing football all afternoon. Now, key time markers that are used for present perfect continuous. For, I have been waiting for 30 minutes. Since, she has been working here since 2018. All day, all week, all month. They have been studying all day. Great job! Thank you for learning English with me. If you enjoyed this lesson, please remember to like it, subscribe to my channel, and leave your comments below. And I'll see you in my next videos. See you soon. Take care.